I think before we can even get to what the agenda of what we're going to be talking about up there, let's just go ahead and talk about the fact that we're gathering for the first time since 2019. What were some of the safety concerns and logistics that you guys had to put in place to make sure that this could even go?
Yeah. Well, first of all, our ethos was we really need to decide did we want to do the conference or not? And then we realized that, with COVID, with all the changes that have occurred in our economy and our society, with all the federal, money issues, with all the political polarization, we felt that really now more than ever was the time that we needed to bring Michigan's leaders together for a common and civil conversation. So once we decided that, yes, we needed to move forward, then we needed to decide how are we going to do this? And it was never an option for us not to do it in the safest way possible. So we're looking at COVID really not as a pandemic anymore, but an endemic. When you think about it as a pandemic, that means that, one day it's going to be here and one day it's going to be gone. We think COVID's going to be with us for quite some time. We need to learn to live with it as an endemic. And we said vaccinations, absolutely. We are requiring vaccinations. We're using a third-party technology partner to verify those vaccinations. We have reduced our capacity, not just at the conference overall, but in each one of our meeting rooms. We're moving more things outside. And my favorite thing, Christy, is that we're going to have red, yellow, and green bands that you wear on your wrist. A red band means, hey, happy to see you, but don't touch me right now. A yellow band means, hey, I'll give you the fist bump. And, the green band says, hey, I'll give you a kiss.
I think that's interesting to be able to kind of give people a heads up as they approach. We haven't all been together in the same space. Why do you think it's so important for us to get back to some kind of face-to-face conversation when people have really gotten comfortable? You and I are talking on Zoom right now.
Yeah, but we all know that Zoom or Teams or any electronic communications is not the same as being in person. You miss the nuance. You miss the conversation before the conversation or the conversation after the conversation. There's really no way to replicate that on Zoom. We're seeing that in our children's learning, that they're missing a lot by doing remote learning because there frankly hasn't been any other option. So having people together physically is important. And again, we need to ensure that we're doing this right.
So let's go ahead and talk about the recovery really of the state and the conversations that are going to be happening up on Mackinac, the future of work, our community health. What are the pillars of the conference that are really going to focus on those conversations?
Well, Wright Lassiter, our chair, the CEO of the Henry Ford Health System, really sent this overall pillar of reimagining a healthy Michigan. And that includes reimagining our economy in a post-COVID environment. It means what do our communities need to be healthy, and our people need to be healthy, not just physically healthy from a medical standpoint, but emotionally healthy, financially healthy. And then, of course, what do we need to do to advance racial equity and economic equity in our communities across the state? So those are the three pillars that you're going to see under this broader theme of reimagining a healthy Michigan.
Look, you're talking to CEOs and business leaders all the time, Sandy. What are they saying to you about concerns about filling jobs, productivity, and getting back on track here economically in Michigan?
Well, it is a tale of two cities right now. I mean, the economy generally is doing well. And actually, Michigan's economy is doing better than most other states. I think we're kind of in the top 15, top 10 in terms of our economic performance compared to most of the nation, primarily thanks to the strength of the manufacturing sector globally. But at the same time, employers can't find employees. There was a talent shortage before COVID began, and it has only been exacerbated since. I mean, you can drive by any street where there are businesses, and I guarantee you there will be help wanted signs. And that's not just at restaurants, that's in professional services firms, that's in manufacturing plants. Everyone has the same problem. That is our number one issue right now as employers.
Another thing that you guys are going to be talking about up there and that we always end up coming around to is politics and the civility of getting things done. And you said at the top of our conversation that there really has been an erosion of that in this last year and a half, especially. What do you anticipate in terms of conversations up at Mackinac about, hey, what are we doing to finally step back? Because we now have a very large chance where we are in the state of Michigan, the influx of billions of dollars, big decisions that have to be made that can really project into the future what the state of Michigan is going to be like. What is the appetite to have those civil conversations and action moving forward, Sandy?
usually when America has been in crisis, say, post 9/11, or the effort that it took us to propel ourselves to victory in World War II, we have been over on the we the people side of the continuum. We've been very collective, unified in our actions. With COVID, we somehow went all the way to the other side. We're kind of pegged over on this independent, live free or die, and we're losing this kind of collectivism that we normally have in our nation to get through big challenges. And so, our event has a unique role in Michigan, which is that our event, the conference, because of the civility theme that we've always had, brings people together in a way that lowers the temperature and allows people with disparate views to have those conversations. And so we hope that that theme of civility will kind of win the day, at least for a while.